Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 23rd to the rest of the month, to October 31st. This is for Cancer and Cancer Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Cancer. I do this because you know I love you. I love my Cancers. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Cancer, are you ready? We are here. This is it, the big week of the full moon lunar eclipse and Taurus. We've been hyping this up for, this is the last one, by the way. So this eclipses happen in pairs. They happen in series. We've been in the Scorpio-Taurus axis for about a year and a half. So something from the past year and a half that you've been involved with, dealing with, is coming to an end. That is correct. It's coming to an end for this new chapter, this new beginning to start for you. Really love that. This is a big week. Okay, this is a really big week, you know, especially coming after that new moon solar eclipse we had in Libra, which is was in your fourth house. We had all that activity in Libra too. So that is, first of all, you rule the fourth house. That's the domestic sector. That's you and your home and your family and your children and your lover, and, you know, just think your domestic life. Now, throw in the fact that we are completely in Scorpio season. We have Mars in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio. It's just all this activity is happening in your fifth house, which is all about pleasure and love and romance, but also creativity, okay? Self-expression, recreation, procreation. I mean, this is I love this week for you. As you can tell, I'm very excited for this week for you. So, like I said, the sun is moving into Scorpio on the 23rd. We're kicking off this week. We have a lot of intensity. This is all about power. This is all about transformation. And again, this is all happening during the lunar eclipse, okay? Then I did a video on eclipses. If you want to check that out and see how powerful these eclipses is and how game-changing are, they're going to change your life. They're life-changing, okay? So keep that in mind. It is a time, it's going to feel like very high intensity, but all this activity in Scorpio is really good, right? Because it's your BFF, fellow water sign, all that intuitive energy that comes with all this activity in Scorpio. So on the 24th, I want you to take note that the sun is going to trine Saturn, okay, Cancer? So keep this in mind. I love this trine. It's a wonderful trine. Mark it in your calendar. This is just your goals. Like, you may have this big moment of clarity about the big time goals that you have in your future, especially with all these endings and beginnings that are happening in your life. Okay. Remember, don't forget that we did have that full moon in Aries. Okay. At the end of September, it felt like an eclipse, okay? And so this next series of eclipses are actually in the Taurus Aries, the Libra Aries axis, okay? Because we're thinking about the nodal shifts that happen in July, and that's your career. All right, so your career sector. So there could be a lot of changes happening with career, and they will continue to, you will continue to have changes, okay, with your career. It's going to be a big thing. So I really love the sun trining Saturn on the 24th, because that's just, you know, it's almost like there's like an in it to win it long haul energy for you. The Saturn is in Pisces, like I said. It is your ninth house of, spirituality, your belief system, okay? So you're really going to feel this eclipse, all right? Because this is all about your belief system as well. Now, speaking of eclipses, on Saturday, 28th, here in the Northern Hemisphere, right? On Saturday, the 28th, we have the full moon, lunar eclipse, and Taurus. Again, this is the last one that's wrapping up the series of eclipses that we've had for the past year and a half. So this is really great. Taurus is all about stability, comfort, the foundations of life. So full moons, just think, this is a full moon. At the end of the day, at the core of it, it's a full moon, which is completion, which is, resolution, which is culmination. So there may be something that's ending for this new auspicious beginning, okay? And so I really love this. I really want you to pay attention to this eclipse. And it is a time where it is big transformation. I love the fact that it's also like it's a really great like earth trine that's happening, like a grand earth trine. We have Venus in Virgo, we have Pluto in Capricorn, we have Uranus in Taurus. I mean, honestly, I can't even hype this up anymore. Jupiter, the planet of good luck and good fortune, is conjuncting this eclipse. I mean, like, you have no idea, okay? You have no idea. And remember, this eclipse is in Taurus, your 11th house. So, two things here. One, your hopes and wishes, okay? So a lot of y'all could have fulfilled a lot of hopes and wishes and dreams and goals. Some of y'all could be coming up with new plans, and you're so hyper-focused on, these hopes and wishes that you want for the future. The 11th house also rules your social network, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. You could be, outgrowing some friendships, moving into new, like, squads and new crews and whatnots, like the Pink Ladies. And I've been making that reference in every video anyway. It's like, this eclipse is so transformative. It is your Sandra D moment, okay? You're turning into Sandy, all right? Remember the end of Grease? That big old transformation? It's like, she knew who she was. She knew what she wanted. It was all about empowerment as well, okay? So this is your Sandra D moment, okay? Or John Travolta. He did the same thing. I think he got rid of the leather jacket, but even still, he was willing to make that sacrifice. All right. So this is your time to ask the big questions. Are you happy in your job? Are you happy in your relationship? What are the things, if you are, what can you do to ascend? Is there anything else that's missing out of this, puzzle of your life that you really want to add to it? Now, this is a big week. Let's just keep it that way. Okay. So remember, again, full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus. On the 29th, Mercury is going to conjunct Mars. I absolutely love this. Remember, they're both in Scorpio, okay? This is your 5th house. And so this is going to be great. You're going to feel unstoppable, especially like intellectually. There could be a lot of matters with love, with family, with even just things that bring you pleasure, to be honest. You could feel a lot of creativity, creative energy that's going through you at this time, tapping into your inner child as well. And speaking of Mercury conjuncting Mars, because it is so intense, right? It is all this activity in Scorpio season. There could be, again, like nothing as crazy as like squares that we came out of, but just a little bit of yeah, okay, like that, okay, like claws out for a cat, okay? Honestly, it could just be a battle of just think of an episode of Jeopardy, right? But the contestants are just like really competitive. So here's the thing, your confidence is going to be boosted already. So none of that's going to matter, right? It's got to be water off a duck's back for you. Should there be any sort of argument, or again, like Kristen Wiig, her character one-upping the other in Saturday Night Live, any of those moments that happen in your life on this day, just grin and bear it. Be like, listen, I'm a changed person. I ain't got time for this, right? So keep that in mind. And then on the 31st, Venus is trining Uranus. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this for you, especially. This is on Halloween in these neck of the woods. So Uranus is a planet of surprises, breakthroughs, innovation. Venus, obviously, love, romance, money, creativity. So you could see crazy, amazing, unbelievable Halloween costumes. You could have some, you could be wearing them as well, or you can make them of your own. But it really is a day of just expect the unexpected, really good unexpected things. Okay. Remember, Venus is the ruling planet for Taurus, and Uranus is in Taurus. And remember, I said this is your 11th house. So there could be something really fun and surprising with a friend or with friends, or, even something that has to do with your hopes and wishes. It's one of those days, if you think about ancient astrology, the reason why your social network and your groups and the people that are in the same house as your hopes and wishes, it's because it's the people that that make your hopes and wishes come true. There you go. There you go. So networking really is like a big thing, and it's endured the test of time. But even still, it's just expect like some really fun, unexpected, surprising, great moments. So with that said, Cancer, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for this big week of the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. Again, this is for Cancer and Cancer rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, you are absolutely welcome to. I would recommend the moon this week because it is such a it's a full moon, it's a full moon lunar eclipse. And that's the big thing here. All right. So it's still illuminating things, right? But anyway, and you rule the moon. Anyway, I'm going to get started. Let's get started. Cancer, like I said earlier, I do a traditional occultic cross spread. Really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. And this week I will pull a bunch because it is the full moon lunar eclipse. Secondly, Cancer, who are you? And where did you do? What did you do with the Cancers? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. You have no idea. This is really good. Okay, as you can see, you pulled all major arcanas in Quick Card. So when I say this is going to be a significant week for you, this is going to be a significant week for you. All right, let's get started. You got the Knight of Cups. Okay, I absolutely love this for you. 1000% love this for you, especially because the Knight of Cups is this is someone he's a big dreamer, is what he is, right? He loves the arts. He's really romantic. He wants to look at him extending the cup. He wants to share the cup with someone. Okay, and so this came up in your past. So it looks like a lot of y'all came into new relationships, new partnerships, whether work, career, enterprise, business, or love, romance. You could have even taken an existing relationship to the next level, found like some spark as a message. Like it's like you've reignited that. You've had that Tinder moment when and not the app. I'm talking about like, it's like the Tinder of the flame of when you, right? Anyway, funny that's where it comes from, right? Did y'all know that Tinder comes from like the Tinder of like, anyway, I'm not even going to get into it. I know I talk too much. But what I love about this is the Knight of Cups is Pisces. So it really goes really well with Cancer anyway. You can even see the fish all over his armor. And remember what I said, Saturn in Pisces is really great. That's your 9th house, spirituality, your belief system. So even like your philosophies, the way you see things, and like spirituality is a big thing. He's so intuitive. He's so in tune. Like I absolutely love this for you. Okay, very compassionate, the Knight of Cups. So even if there's nothing that has to do with partnerships and relationships for you, this is still just you wanting to fill your cup. What's going to fulfill you emotionally? It looks like you've been on this hunt for it. All right, you've been seeking to pursue passions. Okay, and again, not surprised, especially with all this activity in Scorpio, which is all about passions, right? I talked about this in my October forecast. Passionate about your passions and really just like, almost intensely. All right. So I really love this for you. Now, here we go. In the heart of your spread, you got the devil. Okay. So very interesting here because some of y'all may be moving into a relationship where you may not think that it's the best thing for you. So I want you to think about that. Okay. I want you to think about that. Some of y'all are also possibly putting a lot of time into relationships. I wouldn't even say relationships. I would say you're putting time into things that may not be the best place to put all your time into Okay, all your time, your effort, all of that. The devil, by the way, is ruled by Capricorn. Okay, one of the reasons why relationships may resonate mostly for a lot of cancers here. Okay, is because not only did you get the Knight of Cups, which is, has a huge connotation to relationships and partnerships, but the devil, remember, I said ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn just went Pluto is in Capricorn, just went direct. Capricorn is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So keep that in mind. You see the couple here chained to the devil, right? So this week, it looks like you may be tested, all right? This may be a testing week. Remember I said this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is all about release. It's all about culmination. It's all about, something's got to give. Something's got to go. There's something you're going to have to let go, okay? If you want to move forward in this way that is wiser, healthier for you, better for you, okay? The other thing is that a lot of it doesn't even have to do with it's almost like the biggest message. So basically, it could be the way that you're thinking about things too. Okay, so keep that in mind. Like pessimistic thinking, like, oh, I just got into this relationship, or I just got this new job, and I don't think it's going to work. Like a lot of self-doubt energy. That could be happening, or you could be looking for a relationship or pursuing a passion, if not a relationship, because, every Cancer is different. Everyone is going to have a different takeaway from this. But at the same time, you may feel that it's just, again, is this something that I feel like is going to be bringing me value? Is this something that is going to bring me comfort? Is this something that is that I want to put, blood, sweat, tears, heart, and soul into for, the next couple of years? So think about that, because it's not a bad thing that the devil came up in the heart of your spread. It's just saying that, well, two things. One, recognize something that is not working for you. If something's not working for you, it's time to let it go. Okay, you see the two people. Sure, they're chained, but the chains are loose. They can break free anytime they want. Secondly, another thing again is you could. It's the way that you're thinking about a certain situation. You may have to spend some time thinking about your mindset around that, okay? Think about your mindset about how you're perceiving something right now. Remember, this full moon lunar eclipse is, eclipses bring truth to light, okay? And this is a full moon, okay? Which is illuminating. So there could be something that is going to be brought to light, and you're going to have to face it, and you're gonna have to say, okay, I see this now. I don't like it. I think it's toxic for me. I'm gonna have to let it go. Okay, but that is gonna be a big thing for you, because you do have the Two of Wands in your challenge area too, and so that's why it really is almost like two things here. One, you're really going to have to take some action, okay, this week, about letting something go that may not be good for you, or a way that you're thinking that may just not be serving you well. It's almost like you need to flip your mindset about a certain thing, okay? The second thing that's coming through is that there could it's almost like you really, really, really have to spend some time identifying what it is. This full moon lunar eclipse is going to help. Because some of y'all may not even know. You may not even know up until it comes to this eclipse, where it does illuminate things. Like, so you may be here right now listening to me and saying like, well, there's nothing in my life that's like toxic. There's nothing that I have pessimistic thinkings about, or there's nothing like that. So it's almost like you have to wait a little bit until like you will see, okay? Especially with the 201s in your challenge area, because look at the rest of your spread. I mean, there's a lot of, energy about new things here, okay? So there is something new, but in order for you to move forward into this new auspicious future that you have planned for yourself, there's something that you're gonna have to let go, and something you're gonna come that's gonna come to light where you're just like, okay, that is actually not really good for me. And again, for a lot of cancers, it's gonna resonate in the form of career or in the form of a relationship, like a partner, okay, or even just someone that you're seeing. All right. Like a toxic boss, and you're just like, oh, I got to get out of this environment, it's not healthy for me, or whatnot. But again, you're gonna see more of what it is around the full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus. Okay, there's also a sense of if you have entered something, let's say like you have moved into a new job or a new relationship, or you're at a point where it's things are fine, things are good. There may be a moment where you are going to be you will have to really, something's going to occur where you're going to it's going to trigger it. It's like, okay, now I see what Jimmy was talking about. Okay, so just wait for it, but but definitely take action. Now, you did get the Page of Cups in your crown, and then you also got the Magician. So that new energy I was talking about, there you go. Okay, so the Page of Cups pages. He's very intuitive, by the way. He's just like the Knight of Cups. So you see, you got the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Now you got the Page of Cups in your crown. So there is a lot of y'all in terms of relationships. Wanting it, okay, wanting this relationship. So almost like that could be also a thing for some cancers, is that you've entered a new job, you've gotten a new job, you started a new passion project where other people are involved, you've decided to take up a hobby, you are in a relationship, and that's all you really want. But deep down inside, there's something off about it. But there's a sense of you not seeing it yet, or even, possibly refusing to see it, with the devil in the heart of your spread. But even still, you got the Magician in the root of your spread, and that really kind of like amplifies that. It's this new thing that you just want to follow your bliss at this point, okay, Cancer? So just keep that in mind. There is going to be something that you're going to have to let go, something that you're going to have to surrender. It doesn't have to be something in your physical realm. It can be, remember, a certain way of seeing things as well, okay, and perceiving things, like your belief system. But even still, once you let that go, you're good. You're absolutely good. You got the Queen of Wands in your future. So, and then you got the Four of Swords. Okay, this is really crazy. Actually, when you think about your last reading, okay, some of y'all may be impatient about a matter that's happening this week. Keep that in mind, okay? And just be cool, all right? Just be cool. There, remember, all the Scorpio energy is really intense, so just be chill, be Danny Zuko, whatever. Just be cool about it, because I'm seeing some things that are coming back from your last reading, especially with the Four of Swords in your future. Okay, so keep that in mind, because remember, you did get I don't want to ruin your last reading, but you did get it in the heart of your spread, and so now it's in your future. So you still really need to take that time to really have those moments of clarity, have some meditation time, alone time, have that time to have that like equilibrium. Again, remember, I said a lot of this is the mindset, all right? But even still, you got the Four of Swords after the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands can attract whatever she wants, all right? She can attract whatever she wants. She has the powers of, you see that she has the sunflower in her hand. It has the full powers of the sun. You even see them in her throne too. Okay. And so, which you do actually see in the sun card, it has those four sunflowers. So I really, like this for you. Looking at what's happening here, it looks like a lot of it is, for a lot of cancers, career related or even uh, uh, passions related, because I do get a lot of comments about like, well, I'm retired now and I don't have a career. Just think about your passions, the things that you want to pursue. But it looks like you are going to get what you want. Okay, the Queen of Wands gets whatever she wants. All right. Now, the reason why I say career, and or passions and or fame. Okay, that's the 10th house, right? Remember, I said that North Node moved into Aries in your 10th house. All right, career, fame, public recognition, honors, being honored about something, achievements, having some achievements or personal achievements. The Queen of Wands is Aries. All right, so very interesting what's happening here, because you got the Queen of Wands, who's Aries, right next to the Four of Swords, which again not only came up in your spread last week, but is all about, but is ruled by Libra. And remember, I said the North Node and the South Node moved into Aries and Libra. And the next set of eclipses are in Aries and Libra. And this is all in your future. Hello, big, 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 big. Um, Honestly, there's gonna. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's gonna be something about relationships or partnerships that is gonna be a big thing for a lot of y'all. So I want you to consider that, especially because we did have that new moon solar eclipse in Libra, which is a native ruler of partnerships and relationships, and it's just a huge, heavy message coming through. But yeah, you definitely want something new. It's clear as day, but you are going to get something new or something that you want really bad, and it's going to bring like that peace of mind. Um, yeah, this is going to be a big week for you, Cancer. Let's see what's going on in your staff. Cancer, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I definitely want to know what's going on with this. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. Cancer, there's gonna be a relationship thing, a partnership thing, end of a career, end of relationship, definitely happening. 1000% for a lot of cancers. All right. So, but again, if you are not here for career or relationships or any of that, love or career, it is there's going to be something up here that you're a way of thinking that you're going to have to turn. Okay, turn. And again, it can be just as it can be pessimistic thinking. It could be something that you see that you're just like, I have to change the way that I see this. Okay. Now, you did get the 10 of Wands. All right. So definitely, whatever it is, it's really stressing you out. It could be very burdensome. So I really, really want you to take that time doing this, the Four of Swords. Okay, aligning your chakras, really having like meditative moments. And as I pointed out last time, you can see you see the three swords above pointing at his heart chakra, his throat chakra, and his crown chakra. Okay, so a lot of it up here, right? So a lot of just really, really time to surrender some things that are just taking up too much headspace and putting you in a place where it's making you feel a little all over the place and maybe even out of your element. But again, full moon lunar eclipses are really powerful. Please trust me, they're really powerful. You'll feel it. Now, you did get the Four of Cups, okay? So it came in your external factors area. So there is a little bit of dissatisfaction about something. A lot of y'all could be a little just like around a situation. Like, again, like a little bit of impatience energy, or even like boredom energy. Could, like, maybe you may be bored with a certain job. Some cancers may feel that. And the only reason I say that is, well, this card is associated with boredom, and that's why. Okay. And I'm not saying that any of y'all are bored with a relationship or a job or whatnot, but it may resonate. You did get the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is, again, more of like a testing card, like testing your gratitude, right? You're always wanting to work with your karma. You're always want to, it's not static, right? We're always working with our karma. You always want to work with your, the law of attraction. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations, but I'll just clarify that you listen, Cancer, this honestly could be a very sensitive week for you, seeing what's going on with your spread, and an intense week with you, for you, especially with all this Scorpio activity. And you throw in that full moon lunar eclipse. Wow. Powerful week, right? Intense week. Okay. But if you can get through it, if you can get past this devil energy and have that gratitude, you are good. AF, okay? You're good, all right? You got the Empress. And so really love that for you. This is absolutely amazing. The two eclipses that we had, again, I have explained this in I think in my October forecast, they're Venetian ruled. So they're both ruled by Venus, because this new moon solar eclipse in Libra, Venus is the ruling planet for Libra, but Venus is also the ruling planet for Taurus, all right? So you just got the Venus card. The Empress is Venus, right? So you even see the symbol of Venus in the stone-shaped heart. This is living life through passion and pleasure. And really, there is a big message of like that maternal side of you kicking in, or even just like a paternal side. This is divine feminine. This is, but also newness, a lot of new things. It's almost like you, Cancer, I'm not going to lie. It seems like some of y'all are really confused about something. It's almost like you have one foot in, one foot out. And that's kind of going to be the big deal this week. And it may be this lunar eclipse that's going to be that revelatory moment for you. All right. So keep that in mind. This is honestly, I've done a bunch of readings at this point for this week, and yours is the most like, whoa, there's stuff. You're going to have to really think about stuff, because you also got the Five of Pentacles. What I want you to do, I think some of the thinking that some Cancers may go through this week or have been holding on to are things from the past, things that are holding you back. And it's almost like that could be the big thing that's fueling you this week, is that you don't want to be in a place where you feel alone, where you feel like an outcast, where you feel unappreciated, okay? It feels like a lot of y'all have been going through some hard emotional stuff based on your spread here, and that's why you're looking for this newness, right? You want that phase to end, okay? So a lot of y'all, especially when it comes to money too, there could be like, you never want to be in a situation where you have to worry about money. You never want to be in a situation where you just don't feel like, you're being nurtured, or, the people that you love are distant from you. But you did get the Three of Swords in your final outcome. You're going to have to, there's got to be an ending to something that could be pretty emotional to you. And once again, not to bring it up, and I know I've repeated this several times, but it's a key theme here. It can have to do with a partnership or a relationship. Now, can be love, this can be romance, or it can be career. It can be even a friendship. It can be a group you belong to. Like I said, all this activity in Taurus is your 11th house, groups and organizations you belong to. But there is, and the Three of Swords, another Libra card. Okay, so partnerships and relationships. So there is going to be something that looks like you may have to make you're going to have to let something go. Something that you know is not good for you. It might be really hard for you. It could be a decision that you have to make that you're confused about. But this full moon lunar eclipse is going to bring a lot of light to that, okay? And then you're good. Listen, I'm not going to lie. This is this is one of those readings where the only thing that could get in your way is yourself. And it's if you don't take action. You have to take action. You see, you got the 3 of Swords clarified by the 3 of Cups. First of all, it's a Cancer card, okay? So you pulled one of your cards and your final outcome, okay? Third of all, because, it's a 3. You get that? I skipped the 2. Third of all, it's a card of celebration. Enjoy. You see the 3 sisters toasting each other. All right. You have a lot to celebrate once you get past this moment of something that may be emotionally impactful. And again, it is the biggest message is it's going to be you, but a lot of y'all may experience moments that are heartbreaking. I'm not going to lie. Looking at your spread, and it could be that you are the one that are let go of, okay? But you see here, once all that happens, it's actually like the best thing for you, okay? Some of y'all might take it hard. It's always hard being dumped. It's always hard being, like I did that eclipse video where I talked about how I was dumped. It's hard. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. And it can be very emotionally devastating. I'm speaking firsthand here, okay? But once you see that the universe had a different plan for you, then you're good. And you have a lot to look forward to here. You have the Queen of Wands in your future. You have the Empress in your external factors. You have the 3 of Cups and your final outcome, clarifying all these other cards where it's just like a little bit like, emotionally impactful. But yeah, a lot of y'all could just be, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of y'all could just be like in a situation where you're like, I'm like, you've outgrown it. Okay. But again, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it is just like up here too. But yeah, you're ready for all this newness. It's clear as day. I bet you are gonna get what you want. You just got you gotta let go of that devil energy. Okay, it's like an energy vampire. It's like taking up all your headspace. It's sucking all the energy out of you. And just have that gratitude. Okay, have that gratitude. Appreciate the things that you do have in your life. All right, that it's all even the little things, and that's gonna bring you that abundance and that just pure joy, radiance. And then again, the 3 of Cups here. But there's looking at your entire spread here, it's almost like there's this plan for you, okay? Whether you see it or not. And again, I already told you this full moon lunar eclipse is going to illuminate a lot of things, so you may see it around that time. I've explained in all my videos, like any of these astrological aspects that I talk about, like eclipses and full moons and new moons and the Venus trining Jupiter, any of that. Those are just the peak days, right? Those peak moments, but the energies last for, like, the eclipse energy lasts for a while. So it's setting you up for something new. And again, this full moon lunar eclipse is all about, remember, the completion, the end of something, almost like a big, like a breaking free, okay? Breaking free energy, all right? And that completely aligns with what's happening here, all right? Especially with the devil in the heart of your spread, all right, Cancer? We went really deep. This is really deep. You have a really deep reading. This is going to be a big week for you. But you see, again, you have everything to look forward to. You have everything to look forward to. All right. After all of that. Yeah. And then there you go. You're fine. You're good. You got the Six of Swords. You're good. This is you moving forward mentally, like your mindset. Remember what I was talking about? How some of y'all may be in a mindset where there may be fear or self-doubt or, all those things that the devil wants you to fear, right? Like those low frequency energies. But after this, once you move forward, okay? You see them moving forward. You actually, and there's a lot of protection and comfort in this card. You can see that even the swords are in front of the boat protecting them. You see my finger on the water. Look how turbulent it is. So it's like all that like turbulence, challenges, any like confusion or hard moments you've been going through, you're finally breaking free. It's like, look at the water. Look at the direction they're going. It's clear as glass. There's no undulation. It's like the Maldives. It's like going through the Maldives. Like you're fine. You're good, especially your headspace. Is because you did get it. Remember, in your future, the Four of Wands. Swords. So taking that time to really be in this really good headspace. But Cancer, we went really deep. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go. I feel so much closer to you now, Cancer. This was really deep, but there is gonna be something you're gonna have to. And again, if you want to watch that eclipse video, eclipse things out of real life anyway. Like especially people too. Okay, so that may be a thing. All right. So anyway, Cancer, you're amazing. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. This is big. I want to know what's going on for my Cancers. Y'all. Oh, I do your October. Okay. Sorry, your November forecast next week. Okay. November is it's a month. It's a month. Okay. It's there's going to be a lot of, well, I'll tell you next week. Okay. I'll tell you next week. November is very different from October. Anyway, thanks so much, Cancer. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.